gotta celebrate progress. Don't celebrate just perfection. Celebrate the small wins, the small steps. Celebrate the journey. Don't just celebrate the end goal. Don't just celebrate when you make it to the end of the road. Celebrate the steps, celebrate the journey, celebrate the progress you make each and every day. Celebrate the small wins you're capitalizing on each and every day. Don't just settle for perfection. Don't just celebrate perfection, because truth is nobody's perfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. A lot of us struggle with perfectionism. We either don't start because everything's not perfect, or we give up because everything's not going our way and everything's not perfect. Because we feel like we're not good enough. We feel like we're not perfect enough to start or to keep going. We give up. We're scared to start because everything's not perfect, but nothing's going to be perfect ever. There's nothing in this world that's going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. The man next to you or the woman next to you is not perfect. The situation's never going to be perfect. The win is never going to be perfect. Like, you're never going to have a perfect win. You're never going to have a perfect loss. Like, nothing in this world is perfect. So why practice perfectionism? Why be scared to start? Why give up when things ain't perfect? Nothing's going to be perfect. Perfectionism does nothing but lead to procrastination. It leads to self-doubt. It leads to a fear of failure, a fear to start. All those things are what hinder you. All those things are not helping you succeed. So why try to be perfect? Why practice perfectionism? Why? Nothing's perfect. You're only going to procrastinate. You're only going to wait to the last minute. You're only going to doubt yourself. You're going to be scared to start. You're going to give up because things aren't perfect. Like, perfectionism does nothing but hold you back. Perfectionism does nothing but hinder you from being where you want to be and completing your goals and making progress every single day. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible to reach perfect. It's impossible. Like, no one ever will reach perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect. You look at the most successful people in the world, like, those people are not perfect. They failed many times. They've almost gave up many times. They may have things in their personal life that we don't know about that also aren't perfect. Like, those people that are higher up, these people that are successful in this world are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Perfect is impossible to reach. So why try to be perfect? Why wait for the perfect time or the perfect moment, the perfect situation? Perfect is not possible. Perfect will never happen. There's power in the small wins that you're capitalizing on. There's power in the small steps that you're taking. There's power in the progress that you're making every day. Success is built through constant effort, constant dedication, constant work. It's not built on overnight perfection. It's not built on overnight luck. Success is built on constant work, constant effort, constant grinding, constant time put into your goals, to your work, to everything you're doing. That's where success comes from. It doesn't come from just an overnight perfection, overnight blow up, overnight luck. It comes from work. That's why I hate when people say, like, content creators, they get lucky, or content creators, this one viral video went viral, they got all the followers from that. Like, that's not true. Yeah, that may be the case for 1 out of a million people, but, like, we work every day, we grind every day, we post content, we record videos every day. It's work. We're bound to blow up at least one time. It's not luck. Like, we're putting the work in. There's no luck involved. There's no overnight perfection. There's no overnight nothing. Success comes from constant effort, constant work, constant consistency, dedication, discipline, all those things. That's where success comes from. It's not just an overnight perfection. When you recognize your progress, when you see your progress, when you recognize the small wins you're taking, it keeps you motivated. It builds your confidence because you see that you're making progress. You see that you're winning. Yeah, it may not be the end goal that you want yet, but you're still taking wins. You're still making progress. You're still taking those small steps to your end goal. You're going to have build more confidence. You're going to be more motivated. You have to recognize your small wins. You have to recognize your progress during your journey. There's many examples of this. Like, take it as an athlete example. There's an athlete that could be improving their mechanics on something. They see the progress every day. They see the small wins every day. Or be a content creator, making new content. It could be anything. A person trying to eat healthier. They add one healthy thing and then another. They're recognizing their small wins. They're recognizing their progress. You got to do the same thing with whatever you're trying to do. You also got to reframe your mindset. You got to speak positively. You got to tell yourself these affirmations that I always talk about. Instead of saying I'm not there yet, I'm so far from my goal. Say, look how far I've come. Look how much I've accomplished in this time. Look how much I've progressed in this time. Change your thinking, change your words, change the things that you're telling yourself, change the things that you're thinking in your mind. Reframe your mindset, and also track your progress, like journal, record videos, keep track of your milestones, keep a whiteboard and knock off all your goals, like whatever that may be, track your progress so you can see, because I know that sometimes it's easy to get lost. It's easy to get lost in your journey. It's easy to get lost in your progress when you're not keeping track of it. That's how you feel like you're not really making progress. You feel like you're not taking these small wins. You got to track it. I have a video on my phone right now from when I first started. I have a video on my phone from when I hit 100 subscribers. Like, I'm recognizing my progress. I'm recognizing my journey. I'm recognizing my small wins. You gotta do the same thing. Track these things so you don't get lost in the process, so you don't get lost in the journey. And man, celebrate your growth, bro. Whether it be 1% of your growth or 100% of your growth, celebrate it. You see, I post a video every time I hit a milestone, just thanking y'all. Like, I'm celebrating my growth. I'm celebrating these small little wins that I'm taking, these progress that I'm making. I'm celebrating this. Celebrate your wins. Celebrate the small wins as much as you celebrate the big wins. Whether it be 1% of your goal, 100% of your goal, 50% of your goal, you got to celebrate them all the same, bro, because it's progress. It's progress. It's steps taken. They're wins along your journey. Celebrate them. Celebrate everything you do. Celebrate all the progress you make because it means something. It's helping you get to where you want to be. It's helping you get to that big goal. So why not celebrate it? Like, I'm a great example of this too. Like I just said, I post a video every time I hit a goal of mine, a sub goal. Like, you have to celebrate everything you do. You have to celebrate your progress over perfection. I know I'm not going to be perfect. There's some days I don't gain a subscriber. There's some videos that don't have over 10 views, 20 views. You know what I'm saying? Like, celebrate the progress you're making. I grow one subscriber, I'm happy. I gain one more like or one more view in a video, I'm happy because it's progress. I'm playing the long game. I'm not trying to be perfect right now. I'm not trying to be perfect ever because perfect is not possible. Just celebrate your progress, celebrate your journey. Celebrate the progress over perfection. Celebrate the small wins that you have. Celebrate the small steps that you take towards your goals because everything is progress. Everything is good. If you're making progress, that's a good thing because you're getting closer to your big goal. So celebrate the progress you're making. That'll be all for this video, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this video, go hit that sub button. We're on the way to 200 subs. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one.